Good morning, everyone. It is Tuesday, December 2nd, and thanks for joining us on a chilly Up to the Minute. My name is Andrea Bonner, Chair of HCC's Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence, and I'm joined by Benjamin Escobar today, HCC Production Specialist, and Benjamin's going to tell everyone how to find us today. Benji?
Yes, and before I do that, you're right about the chili. I got my jacket on over here. It
Yep.
is a chilly morning. I think it was 40 this morning when I took my dogs out to the backyard. But yes, I can definitely tell everybody where they can find us. You can find us on Houston City College District Facebook page, not HCC, but Houston City College District. Then we're also on YouTube, X, LinkedIn, and on HCC TV, our own TV channel, where you can watch the show at noon, 5 and 10 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Thanks, Benji. Later in the show, Benji will talk to Dr. YoojinLee from our music department about some upcoming concerts from our students. Welcome to the show, Dr. Lee.
Good morning. And yes, it is chilly. I'm wearing my sweater. Thank you so much for having me back. It's always a joy to be here to represent the music department.
Well, we are so glad to have you. I heard some wonderful tunes on your piano earlier, so we're looking forward to that segment. But first, for our Tasty Tuesday, we're going to get you set with some new ideas for the holiday table and maybe ideas for a New Year's resolution. Andrew Zimmern, known for his shows Bizarre Foods, What's Eating America, and the Zimmern List, to name a few, was recently in Houston to promote his new book, The Blue Food Cookbook: Delicious Recipes for a Sustainable Future, co-written with chef and author Barton Seaver. The two also serve up some valuable advice for students in one of my favorite programs, HCC Culinary Arts Programs. The culinary mogul sat down with HCC's Todd Duplantis for an interview.
Gentlemen, once again, I'm honored to meet you both, and been watching you since many, many years ago. And I first want to ask you, you guys had a dinner in Houston last night, but if you were coming to Houston on your own, where would you go eat? What's your go-to restaurant if you were coming to Houston?
I would call Chris Shepard and I would say, "Where are you taking me this evening?" I do the same thing everywhere. I call a friend. I'd want to go meet some friends for a cocktail at Julep, Alba Huerta's place. And then, Houston has become such a phenomenal food scene. I think what used to be culturally Tex-Namese food was kind of like Tex-Mex. Is it really its own thing? It's really its own thing. So I'm a big crawfish and noodles guy.
Yeah.
Last time I was, it's where I sent him the other night. Himalaya, another place that I've shot in, is absolutely fantastic. But Houston is loaded with really superb food of all types and at all price points. It's really an amazing restaurant city. But that's usually my go-to, is I call my oldest friend who's living in a place. So yeah, I'd call Chris and say, "Where are we going?"
And the chef from Himalaya has been on Food Without Borders a few
I'm sure.
times. We've been out there.
I'm sure.
Phenomenal place. Barton, what about you?
Well, he sent me to Crawfish and Noodles, and man, did I have a time of it. I walked in at 11:02 after they opened. I've been waiting for it all morning. I went across the street to Hong Kong City Market, explored that for a while, and then was waiting at the door when they unlocked it. Got me a big old bowl of the crawfish in that butter garlic sauce.
Oh yeah.
Woo! It was right on.
You got to come back here during crawfish season.
Yeah.
That's really when it goes over the top.
Well, this is the amazing thing about the Vietnamese community there, is that they're offering crawfish 12 months a year. And I'm pretty close with the owners of a couple of restaurants down here. And I'm always like, how are you getting crawfish, sourcing them 12 months a year? And because out of season, they're not frozen. And I'm just like, what is your secret? Because I know you're getting them from something. They're like, ah. But yeah, it's nice seeing something, especially something that's raised responsibly. I mean, the crawfish come from multi-layered environments. They're growing rice, where they're raising the crawfish, and frogs, and it's three things that we eat can share the same physical space, which I think we need to do with more food, and especially in this country.
Well, that goes along the line with what you're talking about in this book, the blue food. And the blue food may be new to our readers, but what's the term you can explain that? And let's talk about why we came together for this book.
So blue food is a term that it means seafood, but it's seafood, not just the ingredient on our plate, but the larger context. When we eat this seafood, what are we intentionally accomplishing with it? And Andrew and I believe, and this is why we are evangelists for blue foods, is that through eating responsibly sourced seafood, we can create positive public health, environmental, and economic outcomes that in and of themselves are radical in their ability to make a better planet, make a better, more healthier populace, and our neighbors, where that we can give them opportunity to thrive. And so it's our opportunity to do so deliciously.
Yeah, deliciously. I mean, it is a cookbook, right? I mean, we want there to be 145 delicious, mouthwatering recipes that show off a breadth of techniques, but the intentionality there is to get people to understand if you have a cod recipe and you go to the counter at a store and they don't have cod, you should have the wisdom that we hope you get from the book about what else to order. And you can have a conversation with the person behind the counter. You can make another decision. Barton always says, cook the dish, not the fish, right? And it's that's the beautiful part of seafood. There's one type of chicken we eat. It's basically one type of cow, right? And your big choice is light or dark, right? Fresh or frozen. With seafood, you have thousands of choices. I learned yesterday from a seafood buyer at Central Market, 35,900 species and counting of edible things in our oceans, lakes, rivers, and streams. And you can eat a different seafood every day of the year, 3 times a day, plus a snack, and never approach running out until you're about 97 years old. That's an incredible, incredible testament to all the flavors. And when people say, oh, I don't eat seafood, I'm like, have you tried everything? Because guess what? I think everyone likes seafood. One thing about the blue food question, when Barton was talking about the terminology, it's the great thing about blue food is that it's an easy way to distinguish it from anything that's part of our green food economies, as the UN calls them, which is land-based ag, right? So anything from water, and that includes seaweed. What started in the Pacific Northwest and in the great state of Maine, where Barton lives,
My hometown,
which is really successful commercial seaweed production. We now, by 2050, according to all stats, will be pulling more seaweed out of American waters for sale, primarily for food, but also for cosmetics and medicines and all the rest, supplements and things like that. More weight will be pulled from the waters than potatoes in America. So think about that. This is something that has amazing impact, not only today, but for our future as a people, but also for our planet. The implications for economic development are massive, here in this country and abroad. And it's really important that we can use, to both of us, that we use seafood as a way to break down barriers and borders and rejoin a global community. We think that's a crucial element for success in the future.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, we're Houston City College. We have a huge culinary program, which we're very proud of. Students go through that program. They not only want to work in the industry, but they want to be entrepreneurs. They want to be the next Hugo Ortega. They followed you for their life. They want to go in that direction. What advice would you give to them on the importance of that training and their next steps in being entrepreneurs?
Wyatt Earp said something that I think when I talk to students, and the message that I carry is always his, which is learn to shoot fast, slowly. What I find is that people want they don't want just the gold or platinum ring. They want the diamond bracelet, and they want it tomorrow. We have somehow culturally taught young people, my kids are 20 and 21. We have taught young people that you have to have what you see on TV and in social media, and you need to have it now, right? The question isn't, when am I going to have a cookbook? When am I going to have a $20 billion company in the X food space that I like? When am I going to have 10 restaurants? The question is, what do I have to do to reach that goal, and then create that fishbone right? All those little ribs, all those little lines of connectivity on the spine. What do I have to do to get there? Anything is doable. And I would tell a student that any dream they have is 100% doable, but you got to do the work to get there. You have to learn to have your own voice. You have to learn how to communicate. You have to learn how to run a business, which means you invariably go the route of the riskiest route, which is solo entrepreneurship at a young age. And you'll learn, you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but you're going to learn. Or you're going to go work for someone who does the kind of thing that you do. But most importantly, I want the right message to go to the student who's sitting there who says, I'm 27, I came back around into a culinary program because I didn't like where my life was going doing X, Y, or Z. And I would tell them, you're not too old. At 27, 37, or 47, we just met someone who is 52, who has been in this business about 4 or 5 years, and just came back from France, working with a pastry program over there. It's unbelievable, right? You can do anything at any age. And I would tell anyone who's older getting into this business, don't believe the myth this is a young person's business. There are so many success stories of people in their 50s and 60s finally figuring out what it is that they want to do. You know, be happy, work, pay attention, you know, be a good human being. How about prioritizing that? All that other stuff is going to happen, but surround yourself with the right people in the right places.
Barton, what would be your advice?
You know, something, all we want for our boys is for them to be useful in life, because from usefulness comes happiness. And usefulness just means paying attention to the people around you. Be a good neighbor, be a good boss. Realize that in this industry, and pretty much every industry, you get nowhere but for your neighbors and for the people around you. And the better you treat people around you, the higher, the better you're gonna go.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking to you both. I appreciate you being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Up next, after a quick commercial break, Benjamin will talk with music professor Dr. YoojinLee.
For over 50 years, HCC has been here for you. Affordable, accessible, focused on your success. This is your college, growing, evolving, expanding with you. More bachelor's degrees, stronger workforce training, online learning with global reach. A new name, the same mission, bigger vision. Houston City College, local focus, global reach. Register now at hccs.edu.
Our individual voices are powerful, but not everything has a voice. Let us be a voice to the voiceless. It's time to speak up for nature.
Poison Help is a free 24/7 hotline that answers all of your poison questions in over 100 languages.
Hello? Poison Help?
Hello? When poison happens, we're here for you. Just call Poison Help, 1-800-222-1222.
Well, before we get into our next segment, I do want to say thanks to chefs Andrew Zimmern and Barton Seaver. I mean, not only did they talk about all this amazing food, but they also talked about Houston City College's state-of-the-art culinary department. And not only do we have a state-of-the-art culinary department, but we also have an amazing music department, which today we'll be talking about students who will be showcasing their hard work this semester with a series of concerts over the next few weeks. And today we have with us Professor of Music, Dr. YoojinLee. How you doing today?
Hi, doing great. How are you?
We're doing awesome. We're glad to talk about music today. And so let's talk about this. So our students are going to be showcasing their work for the semester in a series of concerts. So tell us, when is this going to be, and a little bit more information on that.
Sure. All of it is happening this week, starting from tonight. We have an instrumental ensemble concert tonight at 7:30 at the Heinen Theater in Central Campus. Tomorrow night, we will have an instrumental ensemble at the Heinen Theater at the same time. And then on Thursday night, we will have our department-wide honors recital, which is also a really big part of it because students have to practice all semester preparing for that as well. So we're really excited to showcase all of our students in these wonderful end of semester events.
Okay, so this week is just full of music, I guess you could say, right? We're gonna have two recitals and stuff, and or more maybe. And so tell us, what do you think students learn from having to audition for a concert like this? I mean, how does it prepare them for the professional world? This is this done in a way where, this is actually how it happens in the industry?
Yes, every student who wants to have a job in music or transfer to a four-year university and for higher education, they have to go through this audition process because we have to show our abilities. And so we have a very strict recital audition process that students have to make their own videos. It's a live recorded, unedited video that shows the best of themselves in
Hmm.
7 to 8 minutes, and they also have to collaborate with the pianist as well. So and have good lighting, dress codes, and everything to get ready. And it's part of helping them to prepare to fly higher. And it's always wonderful to see all these students preparing at their very best. And we work so hard together as a team to help their dreams come true in the music industry.
Awesome, that's good to hear. And I understand you and one of your piano majors had an incredible adventure in New York City the weekend before Thanksgiving. Tell us about that. We want to hear about it.
Yes, I was invited as the pianist to go play at the Carnegie Hall. Um,
Wow, wow, that's great.
it was my second appearance at the Carnegie Hall. I had my first appearance in 2014, and this was my second appearance. I was really, really blessed to take one of my own piano major students with me this time to go and share the stage of the prestigious Carnegie Hall, which a lot of world-class musicians have performed. And one of my great friends had a world premiere of a musical called One Day, and so I was invited to be their guest pianist. It was
Mm,
amazing. I wish
that-
we
that-
had more opportunities like that, that I could take more HCC students with me in the future.
Yes, hopefully we get some more. And like you said, that they're world-class musicians have played at Carnegie Hall. So that I would say that that makes you a world-class musician now, since Carnegie Hall is no small feat. That's an amazing hall. Like you said, multiple renowned artists played there. Um, and so I want to talk more about the music department. I know we're gonna have these recitals happening with the music program. Is there other stuff that are gonna be happening with the music department? Other than these like more um piano recitals and stuff like that.
Yes, so now is a very important time because some of our transfer students are auditioning like today as we speak.
Hmm.
They are in the four-year institutions and they're playing live in front of the professors there to be chosen to become a transfer student. Um, Also, we have several that are graduating next week in the commencement. We have, and we, this is the busiest time of the year. I got my Christmas hype, but it's the busiest time of the year for music majors and musicians because we are called everywhere to provide Christmas and winter music, holiday music.
Yeah.
So it's a busy time. Lots of phone calls and lots of arrangements being made till the end of the year.
Yes, yes. And at these recitals, have some of our students chosen to play maybe some holiday music? Is that like a thing, or are they choosing more, your classical to show off their skills?
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
And it really depends on the crowd. If the crowd wants holiday music, boom, if they
Get it.
want something more, exactly. We are like a live jukebox kind of like we play as we're requested, and it really depends on what the audience want because that's part of our goal is to please the audience with our music.
Okay. And I also want the public to know that they can, definitely come and see these concerts. And so I want to have an opportunity for you to tell us how can the public keep up with all the great things going on in the music department, such as concerts and events and stuff like that.
Yes, we have a wonderful Houston City College webpage with our department events calendar and it all the events that are held and facilities are absolutely free and open to the public at any time. And we are we are advocating. We are uh, advertising with social media, and we have our department Facebook page and Instagram pages, and so we try to spread the word out as much as possible. We have wonderful families and friends that support our students as they celebrate their achievements through concert and through music making.
Yeah, that's also great. Having friends and family supporting you through your journey, I think is very helpful because it kind of boosts your morale. You have people behind you helping you out through the whole way. Especially when you have recitals like this and you have people cheering for you in the crowd and, they're here to support you. Um, so I want to talk more about the music department too. And so what campuses, because I know Spring Branch is one of like the major ones that people think about when it's music and music production and stuff like that. But do most campuses carry some sort of music, or which ones are the major ones that showcase that stuff?
That's a very important and good question, not only for, the audience, but for future students. We have three campuses that have full music programs. Central Campus has a fine arts building. Spring Branch Campus also has a performing arts building. And our Stafford campus has a performing arts building. And we offer classes. We offer actually all instruments at HCC. And
Wow.
these three campuses have the main buildings, but we also offer various fine arts core classes at A-Leaf campus. I personally teach at Katy campus myself. We have a beautiful piano lab set up there as well
Wow.
for even beginners to come and learn how to play that first note on the piano. We have guitar classes, voice classes. We have instrumental music, and anybody could start at any level. And I really hope that they take advantage of this wonderful program that we offer at Houston City College.
I might have to take that up. You said beginner for piano. I've always wanted to play the piano. I feel like I play a little bit, but it's all like things that I remember what notes to hit, but I really don't know what I'm, hitting on the piano. So that'd be nice to do. So here, lastly, before we wrap up on the show, I want you to share with us again these recitals. Have people maybe, invite them to come out and assist these events.
Okay, here we go one more time. Tonight, 7:30. Tomorrow night, 7:30. And then Thursday night at 7:30. Central Campus at the Heinen Theater, we offer vocal ensembles, instrumental ensembles, and our honors recital for the end of 2025. Parking is free. It's everywhere. It's great. Come and support our students as they celebrate their achievements for the semester.
Awesome. Now you heard it, folks. Free parking. And so there's no excuse really to come see a concert out here. So thank you so much, Dr. YoojinLee, a music professor here at Houston City College. And we'll have all of that info on our post after the show. So thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a joy.
Of
Y'all
course.
stay warm.
Yes, yes, we got our jackets here. All right, coming up after a quick commercial break, Andre and I will return with some news and announcements. So stay tuned.
HCC ha estado para ti, accesible y enfocado en tus éxitos. Más carreras, formación avanzada, aprendizaje global en línea. Nuevo nombre, misma misión, visión más amplia. Houston City College. Regístrate en hcc.edu.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as living in an over-policed community.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as accessing mental health resources.
Art is hard.
But not as hard as being uprooted by gentrification. At Artistic Noise, art creates a community for system-impacted youth to be seen
and heard.
Learn more at artisticnoise.org.
All right, Benji. Dr. Lee told us about all the great music concerts that are coming up, but we've got a lot of other stuff going on with Houston City College. So why don't you start by telling us about this Instagram One College exhibition?
Yes. Instagram will be our gallery walls for an exhibition that features all studio classes from all colleges in the Houston City College system. This is open now and it's online. So for more info, check out our post after the show for this Instagram One College exhibition. And next up, we have some snowy puzzles, right?
Snowy puzzles. It's pretty cold today. Not snowy cold, but it's cold. But our snowy puzzles, a holiday event. Your favorite photo sent right from your phone is now turned into a puzzle. I love that. The perfect gift to send home and let your family know you are thinking about them. A fun activity and a gift. This is just the coolest puzzle ever. Made in front of you on Zoom and then mailed directly to you tomorrow, Wednesday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. online via Zoom. I can't wait to check that out. So for more information, we're going to have that information in our post after the show.
Next up, we have Houston Reconnect Degree Completion Program. Houston City College understands that sometimes life just happens. If you're 25 years of age or older and left college just short of finishing your workforce certificate or associate's degree, we can help you finish what you started. And scholarships are available. This is called Reconnect Houston, and you can visit a webpage, hccs.edu/reconnect. And we'll have a link on our post after the show. And I can testify for this program because I'm part of it now. So, it's a great program for us, so check it out.
That is great to hear, Benji. Free groceries at HCC. Everyone wants to hear about that. We've got HCC helps our students experiencing food insecurity with Eagle Markets and mobile food scholarship program. So it's ongoing and it's at locations across the district. And for more information, check our post after the show. And I was just checking numbers, enrollment numbers for spring, and we are looking great. Benji, tell us about the spring registration that's open right now.
Yes, it's lovely. Spring 2026 registration is now open. HCC offers a variety of semester lengths and start dates in several modalities, so including in person, online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, and hybrid lab. So no excuse to not take one class at least. So register early to get your preferred classes and times. To learn more about HCC program start dates and options to cover costs, visit hccs.edu/apply.
Well, Benji, you said you wanted to take that piano class, so go ahead and get registered.
Yep, let's sign up now.
Well, coming up tomorrow, we'll learn about HCC's dental assistant program and enjoy a visit from Poncho Claus. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.